Welcome to another Motor Town video. Today I'm here starting a new playthrough. I talked about this in the past, but I'll quickly run the rules past you and yeah, there are going to be rules here because I want to make this a bit more restrictive, going to be taking away a bit of convenience, but hopefully for the sake of a more fulfilling experience. Sometimes inconvenience is adding a bit of spice to things, and I hope this is going to be the case because I will not be using teleports in this playthrough. So, no more teleporting around the map to campies or purchase properties. No more spawning in cars anywhere I want. If I want something somewhere, I better bring it there myself, otherwise it's not gonna be there. So yeah, vehicle spawning on parking lots is banned this time around. I will potentially spawn them in at my personal properties, but only if I despawn them beforehand at that same point. So basically, every vehicle is going to get its own parking lot, and at that point, if I despawn it on there, I can spawn it back in later, just so that if I need to, I can help the game performance. Depends on how long I'm going to play on this, because honestly, this is an experiment. I will not abandon the other playthrough. That one is still standing, and especially for events or testing out new updates and that kind of thing, it's going to come in handy again. And if I decide that I don't really like how this thing is turning out, then I will always just go back to the other one anyways. But yeah, vehicles are getting their own parking lot. If I want to, I can despawn them and spawn them in there on those. But if I need to go from one property to the next one, I better need to bring a car or something. So there's going to be quite a bit more planning involved with this kind of thing. If I want to set up for certain jobs or just get a new vehicle, I will definitely need to buy a trailer hitch and the vehicle transport trailer sooner than later. But to start out with, we need to do something because we don't really have any money here. So let's go over to the nearby warehouse and start doing some cargo jobs. I was considering to maybe put in an additional rule and only allow myself to use vehicles that I own. But I think that would have also been a bit annoying, and this is kind of more immersive. You go to your day-to-day job, you park your vehicle somewhere, you get into whatever delivery vehicle or what else is there for the job, and you just go on your merry way, come back at the end of the day, and bring back the truck and get into your own vehicle again. And I think this kind of thing is going to be quite immersive, and later down the line, once we maybe go to Gappa, Guangjin or so, if we decide to do that, there might be a few complications with that, because we cannot just quickly jump in and out how we want to. Okay, let's see. I want something that's hopefully worthwhile. 2.2k for that distance is not too bad. Do we maybe have something else for the way as well? Yeah, I might take these two. Just to get something started here. And yeah, I also need to strap everything down, which is where I'm already noticing that, yeah, I used to have strap in my first item slot, so I think I better just get that set up again. Just gonna quickly swap them out. Honestly, I don't really even need the flashlight, but for now I'm gonna keep it. But anyways, that's going to be the start of a new journey over here. And yeah, for the vehicles that I don't own, I always need to bring them back to where I got them from. After all, there's also my own car parked there now, so gotta do something. What I'm not gonna do is just completely adhere to the traffic rules here. I got places to be, I got stuff to deliver, and I better do so quickly. So my driving style is not going to change here. Might be a thing for another playthrough, would likely be a short one. And yeah, this car is... I mean, I expected it to be front heavy. I haven't actually driven it in a while on the other playthrough. I bought it ages ago on that one. But yeah, with the driver cabin, likely also the engine being in front. Yeah, it's expected to be front heavy, but this thing is... it's kind of funny handling. I like it. Not really used to it anymore because usually I just buy the vehicle for myself, I upgrade it immediately, and yeah, that's just how all of that goes. So let's turn left here onto the highway, or speedway, whatever. So, also in between episodes a few things happened. First up, the dev accidentally put one of the test drivers, so the updates that are meant for internal testing, just onto the regular testing branch, so I actually had to look around. I won't be getting into any detail because Envy and it wasn't really meant for to be seen by the public already. But I can say I'm really excited for what they are cooking up right now. And I think it's better to just end the whole topic on that note. Yeah, when it comes to some other stuff, like how they introduced the Limusi Semi by putting it into traffic, I think that's another thing when them just completely accidentally putting an update up. So I didn't do any recording on that because I feel like that would have just been in bad taste. In the end, the stuff up there, as you would expect, are either very early versions of features that we are supposed to be getting, or even things that might be discarded later if they don't work out in testing. And only when it's really publicly available, I will make a video on it. So once it goes to the public testing branch, that's usually where I jump in. Man, this car is barely hanging in here on that little incline. But hey, we made it. I think that's the drop-off point for the pallet. Yep. So that's already a nice 2000 for us. Let's go and deliver the rest of the boxes. Hopefully we'll be able to pick something up as well at that point. Also, I have a whole another topic that I want to talk about, and it has to do with vehicle replacement. Kind of an old one, but still very relevant to the game. I recently found out that a few more vehicles that I thought were actually in-house models are from a third-party site where you can just buy a few pre-made assets, and it was a bit disheartening. I'm talking about the Majors, the Fortum, and the Enfo GT. Honestly, those are looking pretty nice. They are the correct scale from what I can tell. And I was pretty surprised finding out that those were not made by the in-dev team. I mean the in-house team, whatever. So yeah, there's just a few more vehicles that need to be replaced, and honestly, for my liking, that process is kinda going too slow, to be honest. I don't want to blame any of the team. After all, there are only a few people. I don't know if they are even working full-time on the modeling. and that's really not my business with how they can do things. But I feel like there are so many vehicles in this game that should be replaced, so many things that we don't even have at all that should be in the game, like especially just more regular traffic vehicles. It's a bit too slow for my liking. I feel like if they could do something like maybe 2 models per update, so that would be 2 like every month or so, that would be pretty good in that case. That's kind of what I would be hoping for the game to do, so like maybe just 1 new model depending on what they need and 1 replacement model every month or so. I think at that point it would feel like they are doing just some good progress here. Okay, these deliveries are all not going very far. I might just take them all and make a tiny bit of money in the process. But yeah, in the end, the people who are working on the models and people working on the game in general are doing a good job. I don't want to knock that down in any way. And it's really just that I feel that overall the game is just not making the kind of progress that I wish it was doing. If that makes any sense. And yeah, I also don't know how long it takes to make a single model. I mean, yeah, sure, they are low poly, but in the end it's also a bit of an art making things with low poly amount look good, especially if it's something that's a bit more rounded and all of that. I mean, there are a few poor models in this game that can attest to the fact that it's not that easy. Like some of the Synthi stuff is really not looking that nicely. And also, in the end, not every model is the same. Sometimes something like the Jimusi I could see just taking a lot longer than maybe the Mickey, so that a little boxy compact. And also interior, like for the new bus and all of that. There's a whole lot that goes into things. Well, of course, when it comes to making different variants, like the other Jimusi variants, that's something that's likely quite a bit quicker than the initial one. But yeah, I kind of wish we could just get a few more vehicles more frequently. Both to slowly just shorten down the list of things that need to be replaced, but also get a few more vehicles in general. And in the end, oh, there's another one over there. In the end, there's also a topic on its own, because with a lot of updates like Wang Jin, you kind of need some specialized vehicles in order to make that area work at all. Some of them we already had, but stuff like the Jimusi Semi with trailers, we might actually need a few more trailers, to be honest. I would like to see like a short semi-truck tanker trailer. And maybe also just a flatbed trailer, stuff like that. And yeah, that's before getting into whatever they may need for the next update or so. If they keep adding more specialized areas and all of that, and also other different jobs around the map, then there are going to be more different vehicles required for those jobs. But yeah, we're gonna have to see how that all turns out in the end. And just for the fun of it, I don't think this would be viable for the game. I don't know how they are doing financially, and once again, none of my business really. But just for the fun of it, I looked up if there actually are any like 3D modeling studios for games and such. You could just get a few people to help out with modeling and all of that. And yeah, there are a few. It's something that I thought of when thinking back to Railroads Online and their situation with Black Sheep Studio, which is another third-party studio who just got hired in order to help out with coding, optimization, and all of that, and they have done a pretty good job with that, at least up until now, and also some UI work and that kind of thing. And yeah, for modeling, there's the same kind of stuff available, but besides that likely costing an arm and a leg, it would also be something that needs to be coordinated. Like you might need a design document to just note down what or how many polygons you use for certain things. For example, how many corners there are in a wheel. I think it's like 12 or something. 12, 16, one of the two, I think. And yeah, also some other stuff. And all the coordination, all of that would likely take away from what some people are doing right now, and yeah. I don't think it's viable. I just was kind of brainstorming the entire thing, just thinking if I could come up with something, but yeah. More for the fun of it instead of being like a serious suggestion. But yeah, I feel like with all the stuff that there is to do with this game, it would be nice if they could maybe boost a few things. And when it comes to vehicles right now, I think there are basically 3 different categories of things that need to be done. First up, the vehicles that need to be replaced, preferably with something very close to what there is in the game right now. Secondly, the vehicles that are required for specific jobs or just things that they want to add in general, like the new bus and stuff like that. And thirdly, things that they need for certain updates. Especially once again when it comes to... Can I pick up some cargo over here? When it comes to things like new areas and all of that. And maybe also just sorting out a few more empty spaces in the roster for things that would be useful. Like a different tanker trailer, maybe even a slightly lower capacity long tanker trailer. I would really like to get something similar to the... oh, this place right here. I took the wrong turn. Dang it. Then again, there's another warehouse over there that we can check out. I would like to get something like the 20-ton semi-tanker again. Maybe make it like 25-ton or something. But yeah, just having a slightly lower capacity version would be really nice for some jobs. Just going at it a bit more chill without the constant danger of flipping over. Did I talk about the third category? The third one would be just not non-transport cars that are just for mostly traffic, but also tuning projects, that kind of thing. So just your regular sedan, station wagon, coupe, compact, whatever. Maybe a few more pickups, trucks, that kind of thing, but more like for private use instead of necessarily cargo. Okay, we got a few more things here. Oh yeah, that's going to fit in nicely, dropping it off along the way. It's nice to get a few packages to the same area. So this all seems to go to Liju City or past it. And I might even be able to get a few more just by hand and putting that in manually. I don't want to go back to Gang Young yet, but I mean, I might as well take that already. The episode is already almost 20 minutes long, so but I'm not ready to head home again quite yet. I don't want to just completely ignore that this is going to be our next destination. So let's plan accordingly. But yeah, just a few more regular vehicles, and honestly, ideally I would hope they actually get one model that they can adapt into different versions. Like some of the Subaru Imprezas came as two-door coupe, four-door sedan, and also like a station wagon, that kind of stuff. So yeah, I think they could check quite a few boxes with a few basic models and then just adjustments to them to get different versions. Or just different body styles, I mean. But definitely let me know what you guys think about this whole topic. In the end, this will always be a very ambitious game, no matter how large or small the team is. Definitely a lot of indie games are aiming a bit lower than this one, but you gotta say, I gotta say here, in the end, the stuff that they produce is pretty good overall. There are a few shortcomings, like with the last DLC, or the last update, maybe having a few things that it could have done differently and gone a few steps further. I hope they still do that, but in the end, the things that they gave us last time, still pretty good, still pretty fun, despite there being potential for more. And I don't want to just bash Railroads Online too much, but with that game, very often you had updates which were more harmful than good sometimes, so yeah, there is a whole other way this can go. But yeah, Railroads Online should not be the bar for anything. And it thankfully isn't in the grand scheme of things. Also, speaking of other games right now, real quick, I learned today that that there's a team from Japan actually working on a new Tokyo Extreme Racer. Series from the early 2000s for the most part. Hasn't had another entry for, I don't know, a decade, maybe two. Not entirely sure. And they all of a sudden just come out with a new teaser and the game might be ready 2025. Really looking forward to that. And yeah, it's Genki, the original developer of the team. Of the game. Jesus Christ, I just can't words today. What else is new? But yeah, really looking forward to that. I was a huge fan of Tokyo Extreme Racer Zero, the only game that I ever gotten from the series. And yeah, it's a bit like with Armored Core. You don't really expect to see another one after all the time, but suddenly it just comes out and blows you away. But I expect to be playing that on the channel most likely once that comes out. Gonna see how it all goes until then. And yeah, I think that's about it for new games. There were a few things that I was looking at, especially the new Century of Steam dev update. They finally showed some gameplay, and I was holding back on that with my excitement because I didn't really know what to expect from how they would be having the game play out. But seeing what they're doing with that, I'm now very much invested. I could maybe just take the other road there. This is kind of why it's there to begin with. But yeah, there's definitely quite a bit of cool stuff up ahead. So let's see. I think there should be a few more delivery points over here inside the town. There's 140 meters that way. Getting closer to the military base. I think that's Cooper, the warehouse over here. But yeah, it's kind of fun just being back in one of the smaller transport vehicles, just getting random stuff from A to B. I feel like this is also paying out quite decently right now. 7k, I mean, we have to pay ownership share. We are using a stock vehicle, so this one could, I think, have a stronger engine in there. A stronger i4 even. Turbocharger, just a bit more stiff suspension with better handling and all of that. So there's definitely ways to make this work out a bit better. Can I pick something else up over here? Gas syringe might be a bit too far out of the way. I need to at some point get back to Gangyang and then finish off the episode. So let's quickly relocate the cargo so that it's not floating anymore. Just like that. And let's keep going. I always keep forgetting where I was. It's once again heat wave and all of that. I have the habit of just closing my balcony door when I start recording, so that there's no noise from the outside, and I'm also not just entertaining my neighbors over here. If they want my entertainment, they can subscribe to the channel. I mean, yeah, why not? So yeah, it's just heating up pretty quickly here. Also, I have a fan which is pointing at my face, and of course right now it's turned off, which I'm not a fan of, and that's the first thing that's going to be turned on again once I'm done recording here. It's just trying to cope with the heat. I'm not making too many videos at once because otherwise I'm just cooking myself. Okay, I hope I didn't forget anything there. Let's check the map. Okay, there's another one over there, and then I think we should be going back to Gangyang again. I should have seen that coming, but no, I thought I could scrape by, but it was a bit more than a scrape. And yeah, from what I've seen when it comes to the next racing event, my V8 rally event is still somewhere in the air. I have it planned out, I submitted everything. It's just a question if we want to announce it. We could have announced it for the last weekend, but it kind of got a bit too late, and I would like people to have a bit more of a heads up so that they can prepare a car, check out the route and everything. And honestly, at this point, I was kind of considering maybe even just putting it on the back burner. Yeah, I'm taking this turn here. Screw you. Just so that I could maybe wait until we get the whole checkpoint system, the race event thing. Because I think that could be a tremendous addition to the game, and especially when it comes to these long routes, it might make things a bit more easy. But yeah, I think Chess is keen on going ahead with the event as it is right now. I absolutely don't mind it, and if things turn out well, we might either do a rerun later down the line or do something similar. Maybe same routes with different cars, same cars with different routes, fully same, something completely different, who knows. There are definitely quite a few options. And I'm so looking ahead to the checkpoint system. I've done a lot of track design when it comes to GTA 5 back in the day, also for a custom GTA server, which was focused around racing. So I have a few things that I would like to try, and I know that once we get checkpoints, it's going to make setting up for events a lot easier. Right now a lot of routes need to be very straightforward because, well, it's very easy to miss a turn, and once you have checkpoints pointing the right way, it should be all the easier. Also, it will keep people from shortcutting, so we don't need an admin on the map all the time just looking if people are actually taking the route. And that means that once the race is set up, the host can jump in themselves, and yeah, I think that's going to be a bit more fun for hosting. I mean, I certainly don't want to just sit on the sideline. I always feel sorry for Chess, but yeah, I don't really feel up to hosting myself, and I mean, I like the racing at the end of the day. That is not to say that I expect the checkpoint and event system to make things perfect. There are definitely a few issues with physics in this game, especially with collisions and just suspension. So in the long run, those need to be sorted out as well in order to help out the racing experience overall. But I think once we get the checkpoint system, I expect that to be a very powerful tool in order to make a lot of things a lot easier. It would be cool if it came along with the option to turn off traffic, police, that kind of thing. That would already be another major step. But we'll have to see. In the end, there are a lot of things that I would like to see from a system like this. But even just checkpoints on their own with just getting the times, split times and positions, all of that, that's already going to be a major improvement. I was even discussing the other day the possibility of maybe doing actual rally races with staggered starts. I've done something like that on the GTA racing server, Project Homecoming by the way. They've made a whole system about that where I think it was like 20 seconds between every single vehicle starting, and they would just follow the track, do their thing, and in the end get the timing and have that adjusted to be competitive against everybody else, so that the starting delay is removed. It would be a bit more manual in this game, but I think something like that can be done, and it could be fun. At least once the game itself does the timing. If we have to do everything ourselves, completely manual, and I don't know, work with stopwatches, spreadsheets and that kind of thing, that's likely going to be too much of a hassle. But once the game can at least provide the timings for us, I think that would be on the table. So yeah, could have something that's not fully contact, but that would also need to be a bit of plan. That would also be something that we need to plan out for. But yeah, that would be the next big step, I think. I showed the guys from the event planning a video recently on how it's done in GTA on the custom server, and they seem to be pretty enthusiastic about it, so yeah, I wouldn't mind setting something like that up. Okay, let's go for the location that's a bit further away first, because, well, the final location is going to be where we also bring back the truck there. So we are going to deliver the truck itself at that point. And yeah, I hope the experience here, just doing a job and at the end of it coming back and taking our own car home again, that should be a bit more immersive. And I think for videos like this, even if some of the stuff is going to be most likely multi-part stuff, it should be at least a bit more immersive in the end and tie a nice bow on the entire experience. And yeah, as per usual, I will also be doing a few things off screen. I won't be just recording every single thing. I also want to just experience the game this way now. So kind of the same deal as with my other playthrough. I will plan out a few things that I want to do with recording, and I will make sure that next time you see me I don't have my Fortum back or something like that. So some of the important steps I want you guys to be with me for that. But I will also do stuff off screen because I can't do recordings all the time. And I don't think that would be that interesting anyways. But yeah, today we've done quite something. Let's get rid of the truck here, since this is where we got it from and we don't need it anymore. Let's go back to our trusty old muscle car here, which maybe next episode will actually give it a bit of a once over already. Definitely need the trailer hitch and might as well look at different designs or something. Also potentially at least better dampers. Like this is pretty abysmal. But yeah, that's going to be something to figure out next time. So with that being out of the way, that all being said, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I see you guys next time. Till then, have a good one, and bye bye.